Hello everybody, welcome back to a new video. This is going to be about auto flips on eBay. So this is going to be for front grille data because as we discussed in a previous video, popping up right now, or it's going to be in the show notes right below in the description, where we went over this data. So this is basically checking eBay for all the grills that have been sold. Front grill OEM. If you type in something simple like that, and just to give you the gist, you'll be able to see what is actually sold from all of these brands right here. So if you open up this one, see all. Sorry, having some keyboard issues there. So same thing right here. You're going to go down and choose sold items. And then you're going to see all as well. And then now you can compare how many are currently listed versus how many have actually sold. So just to give you an idea, Toyota. So Toyota right there, 4,200. Okay, boy. There we go. 1,200. So it's basically a 25% sell-through rating. That's what you're seeing with that math right there. So Toyota's not even popping up on here, but for some reason Infinity has a 95% sell-through rating. So Infinity, 281 right there, and Infinity is 360. So 291 divided by 360, 80%. It went down a little bit, but look at that, 80% sell-through rating. So what should you sell? Well, let's go ahead and do a deep dive on the best ones that you could possibly sell based on this data. Let's go ahead and do a deep dive on clearly the front runner, 59%, 60%, 60%, 95%. Right now it's 80, but still that's great. So let's go ahead and do a deep dive into Infinity. So these are the ones that currently sold. These are the ones that have actually sold. Now this data is not going to be correct in a month, in 2 months, in 3 months. As you saw before, it was 95%. Now it's 80%. Things do shift and change as the seasons do. So something you're going to have to keep in mind is you're going to have to use all of this data on the left. As for an example, if you're looking for a brand new part, how would you define brand new? So let's go ahead and do used because you're going to be finding them either in junk yards or salvage yards or tow yards, and you're going to be able to remove these front grills for resale. So basically used and still basically nearly brand new condition, nice and shiny here, even though it's technically used. And then you're going to continue to sort down the data here on the left-hand side. Something really important to sort by is going to be genuine OEM. So now we have Infinity, genuine OEM, and used. So basically all of the junkyard, tow yard, pick and pull lot grills that are being flipped on eBay right now. Now, what you can do is you could sort by ended recently, so what ones are currently selling. You could also sort by lowest, and you could see what items are the cheapest. So 20 bucks, 20 bucks, 30 bucks, 40 bucks. If you basically go in and get a newer decal, if you notice these items are 2019, 2017, so a newer decal. If you can go in and just pop it off, it looks like that one has the backup camera on it as well. So that's 50 bucks. But you can see right there, how easy is that to ship in a padded envelope with maybe some extra padding. And it's just the camera. Just that little piece is 50 bucks. Boom, you pay 5 bucks or 10 bucks for that and you make a clean profit. And that takes no more than 5 minutes to take off of a car once you watch the video on how to do it. Grills are a little bit more difficult, so I would recommend sorting by lowest down here and looking at the ones that are not selling for very much money here. So $54. And you can sort by highest, of course, on the opposing side there. And there's a couple things that will stick out to you. You might say, well, I'm probably not going to find these $400 grills that I could buy for 60 bucks. I'm probably not going to find those, and I'm probably don't want to sell the lowest price stuff. So what you could do is you can go with ended recently to see what items have actually sold recently, the most recent, March 20th, today, yesterday, 2 days ago. So basically, once a day, some kind of Infinity or Lexus grill is being sold. It's from what you can see here. You're going to come down and you're going to sort by price, and you want to see what the average price is for everything that's currently being sold. So it looks like 400, 100, 85, 70. So basically, it looks like over $80. So let's push that up a little bit higher because we want to make sure we make a profit, right, with shipping and everything. So $120 to, let's say, $400. So now there's 110 listings. That still narrows it down a little bit for us. Okay, so let's say we're not going to get the super expensive stuff. Let's just say 200, oh, $279 right there. Boom, so now we have 80 listings. It still didn't narrow it down too much. So let's increase the value on the bottom end and let's say 144. All right, 59 listings. So basically some of the top items are going to be 2017. Let's type in Control F, 2017, and you get 38 hits out of 59. That's a pretty high percentage. 2/3, 64% of all of these listings are for a 2017 type Infiniti. So that gives you some data right there. Oh, the ones that are selling recently, a week ago, a week ago, week ago, all of these ones that are selling recently are 2017, 18, 19 Infinitis. But take that a step further. What kind of Infiniti? Could be Q50. So 31, that's basically 50% right there. What about Q60? That's 13. It really looks like Q50 is really, really popular. So what you could do is you could actually call around. Let me take you on a little journey through Google Maps. So this is what a level 1 person would do. They would type in auto parts and they'll get O'Reilly, AutoZone, all that stuff. That's not what you're going to do. So for me in San Diego, luckily down here towards the border, as you see all of these little saved things down here, there is a lot of auto wrecking places. So auto dismantling, auto dismantlers, auto truck recycling. There's a couple places that you can call, okay? So you can call anyone who is an auto recycler, pick and pull. You can call a salvage yard. But here's the real hidden trick. Where do all of these places get their cars from? Tow yards. If you could find a way to contact tow companies, some of the biggest tow companies in your area, you might be able to get these parts before they go to the auto recyclers. Or you can find out what auto recyclers they typically deliver to. But this is the way that you could find these items quickly and easily. You could find out what tow yards um, typically tow Infinitis. Okay, well, what is an Infiniti? An Infiniti Q50 was the popular one, right? 50% of everything sold in this price bracket is an Infiniti Q50 2017. So look, 2017, 66%, 2/3. Q50 is 31, basically 50% of everything here. So a 2017 Infiniti Q50. That's basically an exact car model that we're looking for to make the most money possible, right? So hundreds of dollars every time it sells. So Infiniti Q50, what is that? So 2017, how much money does that cost? All right, so I'm on Kelly Blue Book here real quick. We're gonna, oh boy, there we go. For buyers, get a price. We're just gonna go to like just basic used. Lowest price one, price without options. Get a used car price, private party. So you're still looking to pay basically $20,000 for this car. So $20,000 car is probably not going to be in the lower income areas. You're probably going to look in a higher income area. So again, if you're trying to contact a tow yard or a salvage yard or a pick and pull or an auto recycler, a lot of them down here, because this is a really big area, import export, because Tijuana and the Mexican border is right here. So my area is a little bit different from yours. But if you type in Infiniti parts, check that out. 1, 2, 3. Call those 3 people. You're good to go. Say, hey guys, what's up? How you doing? Do you happen to have any Infiniti Q Q50 2017, 16, 17, 18, 19? Do you happen to have any of those grills? Or you can also do your research on these other parts. Do you happen to have any grills, instrument clusters, radios, navigations, headlights, taillights for an Infiniti Q50? boom, there you go. So you call all those guys. You can also call tow yards, and it's as easy as zooming out, knowing what the wealthier area is in your city, because you're trying to find the parts locally, right? This is the whole part of this video, is to source the parts locally. So there's Infinity of Oceanside. You can go and give them a call and see how much that part costs um, new, and then go check brand new on eBay and see if that part is even more expensive on eBay. Maybe people are too lazy to call Infinity of Oceanside, Infinity whatever, and that price, maybe it's 100, 200, $300 more expensive on eBay because people are too lazy to call Infinity themselves. So that's something you could look into as well. If it's really popular on eBay and it's brand new, you might as well just call the local parts place and just see if they maybe have it. Maybe you can mark up the price a little bit. Won't always happen, but it is possible. So let's get back to the part here. So tow yard. So you have so many tow yards. Carlsbad is a military area for me. La Jolla, this is a more wealthy area. So you're going to see a lot more Infinities. If you drive around, you can kind of see this too. You're going to see a lot more Infinities up in this area. Another thing you could do is simply go over to Yelp, restaurants in Yelp, and then we're going to type in La Jolla, California. Keep in mind, La Jolla is this area. It's the more wealthy area. Seaside mansions, billionaires live all around here, basically. That would be La Jolla. And I'm going to simply type in tow yard. Now, you're going to sort by most reviewed, meaning they've been around the longest and they have the most people giving them a review, 490 reviews. So call these places and ask if they ever have parts, that they sell to, it's just a phone call, no big deal. If they have any parts that they sell to auto recyclers, pick and pull, salvage yards, call these tow yards and find out if a Infinity Q50, because remember you're going to call the wealthier area, hey, have you had an Infinity Q50 come in, or any models similar to that are wrecked, that might be going to salvage? I buy parts and I sell parts online. Be straightforward with them and let them know, like, hey, I would love to come by and grab a few parts off that vehicle and toss you some cash for it. Would you be down for that? I'm pretty sure a lot of them would say, yeah, sure, no problem. When can you come by? And some people might give you some hesitation because they're going to sell it to the salvage yard as is for a markup. So you never know, but this is why you give them a call. So let's see the one that is the most popular just as an example. We'll open, holding down control here so I can open them into several windows. We're going to check out the address. They don't have an address. There we go. So this one looks like it's downtown. We want La Jolla. So that's San Diego. So what we can do is we can do La Jolla tow yard. Let's just do tow yard. Now, that was my mistake. Driving within 5 miles, most reviewed of La Jolla. We want it not to be bird's eye view, but really close to La Jolla. And this is the most reviewed, hopefully, in La Jolla. That looks like it's downtown, though, still. So that one's still downtown La Jolla. But you kind of get the gist. You could look on here and see how many reviews they have. You could also do this technique from from Google itself. You're going to have to zoom in a little bit because there's only 20 limited searches per page. So we're really narrowing down here. Keep in mind, wealthier areas do not have Walmarts or dirty car repair places. That's usually in the cheaper, lower income areas. So we got Pacific Beach Tow Company. This one might have an actual lot. You can kind of zoom in and see. Do they have a lot? No, looks like that's just a corporate kind of building that they have for their business. So Claremont, you can see if they have a lot. So they don't have a lot. Road 1. Let's come up to this slightly more wealthier area. Tocto. See if they have a lot. So nope, they don't have a lot either. Road 1. There you go. So check this out. This is kind of what you're looking for. You're looking for a tow yard that just happens to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 20. So basically 50, 100. They probably have, doesn't even look like it, but anywhere from 50 to 100 cars chilling here. Why are all these cars chilling here? They got RVs, they got cars, they got so much stuff just chilling there. Now that might be for this big business, possibly. But they do have some stuff over here that they might be down to possibly sell you just for the parts that you're looking for, right? So that's basically it. That's how you use this data to find out what is actually selling on eBay. And then you could simply just go to Google Maps, go to Yelp, and you could find those places. You're looking for auto recyclers, pick and pull, salvage yards, tow yards. Just pop it into Google, pop it in Yelp, give them a call. And if places like this, if you have these locally to you, they might be a little bit more difficult to get in touch with because they're so busy and their customer service is so terrible. You actually need to go in person, so that's something to keep in mind. Um, these guys are actually pretty good. You can tell by their rating right there. But like these ones, when I went around the corner, went down all the way to the end, these guys were just terrible. I would ask them if they have parts because I buy parts to resell them online, and he would just immediately be like, "No, no, we don't have parts. We don't sell parts." Some of them I would ask, "Hey, can you let me go past, past this?" Because it says like no customers allowed beyond this point for some of these places. It's like, "Hey, can I just go check to see if you guys have an Infinity Q50 or anything?" Or I would say like, "Hey, do you guys have any Infinities?" And they'd say, "No, none." Like, "Do you know anybody who has Infinities around here?" "No, we don't." Like, what? What is your guys' problem? So sometimes they'll be a little bit more resistant to you. Don't show up in really nice clothes. Show up in, uh, blue jeans, white t-shirt, you know, neon. Show up looking like you kind of like belong there and you're not out of place. I would recommend when you go down there. And just ask as many questions as possible. If you fail the first day, come back the next day because look at this. Look at how many cars there are. Something you might need to keep in mind is you might not be picking and pulling the parts. They might have to pick and pull them for you. But all you have to do is you have to go in and you have to say, I'm looking for a 2017, 18, or 19 Infinity Q50 or Infinity Q60. Do you have any grills, headlights, taillights, or any of these other items for that make and model? No? Okay. Do you know anybody who does? No? Okay, bye. Go to the next one. Keep asking that, and eventually they're going to say, actually, you know what? Go over to my friend Jimmy here, or you could just type in Infinity Parts. If you want to not go to every single one of these, go to maybe Certifit Auto Body Parts, go to Dave's Auto Parts and ask him. Maybe he's got some Infinities in this gigantic pile back here, or maybe over here. Now, most cities and states do have this, so just to give you a little bit of hope, let's pick something middle of New Mexico. Let's look for an actual city though. I think Albuquerque is kind of big, right? All right, so let's look for an actual city. So we get one we could do Infinity parts right there. So that's an actual Infinity lot. We don't want that. So a salvage yard. I mean, all these vehicles break down. All these vehicles get towed away after they're broken down. This is what you're looking for. Boom, boom, boom. Look at that. Auto recyclers. Auto recyclers. Anywhere. Oh my God, they got like no cars down here. It's nothing like San Diego. You still definitely have some over there. If you go type in LKQ Corporation, hey, LKQ, that's pick and pull. So you guys got a pick and pull down there in New Mexico if you're watching from New Mexico. So car and truck sales. So almost every major city, if you have population over 100,000, you probably have these salvage yards. And as soon as you type in salvage yard, you're gonna get you're gonna get a bunch of bullets down here showing you exactly where to go. But that's not even everything. So look, there are some car recyclers spread out throughout this city in New Mexico. So it's something to consider. Thanks for watching the video. Hopefully you got something useful from this video. Feel free to drop a comment down below. If you have any questions or confusion, I can answer the questions for you. Maybe the people watching could help you out as well with their experience. If you got anything useful, feel free to like the video as well. Thanks again for watching, guys. Have a great day.